Welcome to TIO Stadium in Darwin. We've got the Women's Premier League game between the Darwin Buffets and Waratahs. I'm Colleen Gwynn. With me is Will Zwar. This is going to be a good game. We've got Waratah sitting fourth on the ladder. I think they're still a game behind, and the Buffets in real good form this year, number 2. I think we're looking for a pretty good contest, although looking at the list, we certainly have a lot of players not out there, whether it's due to COVID or, you know, the usual Christmas holiday break, but it probably is going to even things up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, as you mentioned, it's only the second week back from the Christmas break. Some people like to extend that into a 4-week break with the Australia Day weekend and rep game weekend next weekend. But, yeah, it should be an interesting game. Buff certainly started the season, in my opinion, the best team in the comp. But looking at TAR's recent form, it's 5 green W's in front of us there. Buffets had a bit of a surprising loss last week to Pint, but they're sitting second on the ladder. So, yeah, it should be a pretty good game. Yeah,
just as we watch the umpire hold the ball aloft, big omission from Buffaloes is Dom Carbone. Obviously, we know she's down starting her campaign with Hawthorn.
Yeah, absolutely. She'll be a big loss for Buffs today, but we'll see how they cope without her. Tars get the early clearance. It's Bree Martin on the wing, throws it on the boot to go forward. I think it's Misselli at the drop of the ball, but she can't take it, and looks like the Buffets will clean it up. And they do, I think, through Duggan there. Old House now, ball rolls out to her, and the umpire will call for the ball. It's a pretty fast start so far, which is what we like to see in these women's games.
Yeah, usual start, always high intensity, and without, often neither team gets ascendancy in the first couple of minutes.
And Old House got the ball there, worked it to the midfielder, and she kicks it forward. Looks like Denia from Buffs will try to get to it, and it'll be Garling who kicks it forward, almost to her own advantage there. And Duggan, again in the thick of it early, works the ball forward, wraps it at fullback. It's one of their most important players. Takes possession, gets it out again. I think that's 2 in a couple of seconds for her. Out to her co-captain in Roberts. She rolls around onto her right, throws it on the boot, gets it forward. Only as far as Doherty Cole. She works inside forward 50. And it's a good mark back there to the Tars defender. Goes out wide now. They work it out of the back line. Kick it forward to Nikki Watts, but she's 1 out there. 1 on 2. And it'll be Kernoth for Buffs who works the ball forward. She goes to Denia, off to Mickey Roberts, kicks inside the forward line, doesn't find a target, but Old House is there at the drop of the ball. Again, Rapson mopping up for Tars, only gets it as far as Garling. She's under a lot of pressure there. Ball now out to Roberts, who, again, that's her second defensive clearance in the first couple of minutes of the game. So Tars are holding strong in their back line. Martin here has some work to do. She's worked to the boundary line, will get a foot to it, but the umpire will ping her for holding the ball.
Yep, good decision by the umpire. Look, I like the way that the Buffaloes are sharing the ball very early in this game. Waratah is definitely under a lot of pressure.
And straight back to Roberts again. Couldn't take a clean mark, but she's all over it down that back line. Now looking to come out through the middle, this time to Corrie. And she's run down, but the umpire calls play on. She got a hand to it. And Duggan again will work it forward. Gets a bit of space. Quick kick forward. And again, Denia, who's been all over it early as well. I think it's all the Buffs players given a high tackle, so she'll get a free kick. I think it might be Crystal Tack out there on that far flank. She looks for a short lead. It wasn't a great kick and didn't find her player. And so Rapson will mop up. Again, she exits the defensive 50. She's had a couple of early touches as well. Now Parnas kicks it forward. Waratah player looks to get to it on the far wing. Annabelle Keevan it is. But again, Buffs will mop up, and it's all been in their forward half so far this game. Now Bishop. Again, just a kick into space. Probably didn't advantage any of her players in particular. But they've got plenty of space in their forward line now. And I think it's Singh there running forward. She now gets it off to O'Brien. It's just shot on goal from Tars that's gone through. So against the flow of play, it's Waratah with the first 6 points on the board, Gwynnie.
Yeah, Lisa Maselli off the beautiful left boot of hers. She's probably the most informed forward in the competition this year. She was leading the goal kicking about 3 seasons ago, was about 20 goals ahead and did her knee. But it just shows her strength in the forward line. And you know, I think would be a valid utility for Heidi Thompson to use as well. She's just a smart footballer with a great boot.
Yeah, absolutely. Can definitely throw in the middle if she needs to. But as you said, she's a known goal kicker. And as you mentioned, that season a few years ago, I don't think it's just that season, but a few years she's been right up in the mix. Never won it, has she?
No, she hasn't, because she's with the defence, so rarely does she get to play the whole season, which is one of the other challenges. You don't see Lisa Maselli play too many bad games.
So Tars will hope to build on the momentum from their early goal. And here they go again. Ball comes forward. Maselli's that target, and she takes a good mark. A long way from home, though. She's got O'Brien with a strong lead. Bit of a grubby kick, but Singh will get on the end of it. She snaps towards goal, and it's just a behind. Bit too much on it.
Yeah, look, beautiful clearance by Waratahs and good efficient use of the ball straight down the middle. They're looking good now. They'll try and block it in here, and you see Lisa Roberts, the captain, out there trying to set her team up across that 50 arc.
It'll be Stokes kicking in from fullback for Buffs. Goes to her player in Kernoff, but she's under a lot of pressure. Duggan's in there to give support. Doesn't come to her. Comes out now to Do. And she kicks it out to Crystal Tack. Looks down the line. Not a great kick, and straight to the opposition captain in Roberts.
How many times we call that, Will?
It's already about 5 or 6, Winnie.
Yeah.
And Maselli again, the target there. Couldn't take it, but they're definitely looking for her early. And it's a hot potato at the moment. Bree Martin now just throws the ball forward and Singh's in space if she can beat the ball to the boundary, but she can't. That's not a bad spot for Tars to have it. Buffs will be under pressure there. They'll be wanting to get it out of the forward line as quick as they can. And so the Buffs ruck gets the ball. Stokes with a handball out. Nikki Roberts at the bottom there. Umpire looking to call for a ball up again. And good hit out there from Keevett. Singh again close to the boundary line, but she's tackled, and it'll be another throw-in.
Just a player to watch out there, Will, number 14, Megan Hunt, ex-Brisbane Lions player. You see she was responsible for the last 2 clearances. Very handy midfielder, so we'll watch her as the game goes on.
Buffets now look like they will take possession. A grubber along the ground again from the backman in Wisomo. Interesting disposal there for O'Brien, and the umpire's called her for throwing the ball. Yeah, as you've mentioned, Hunt and Roberts, 2 very important players for Tars who are setting up that sort of kick behind play, so they're definitely looking to keep the ball in their forward line here.
Yeah, there are a number of players out here today that are also vying for positions with that Northern Territory team to play Woodville West Torrens next week. So, that assessment and that final game announcement's Monday. So there will be a number of players trying to show why they should be wearing the black and ochre colours.
Tars play on now. Bree Martin on the far side runs onto an open ball. Can't take it as cleanly as she'd like, but Singh's there to mop it up. Taps it to her own advantage again. Gee, very well done. And Watts couldn't quite get it, and Buffs look like they could be away now, but again, it's Lisa Roberts who will be at the fall of the ball. Oldhouse is there as well. Very important and impressive play for Buffs, and she's pinged with the ball.
Yeah. It's Captain Courageous again, Lisa Roberts. She's everywhere already. Straight over to Megan Hunt.
The dynamic duo, and she throws on her right, snaps towards goal. Pretty big kick, and it's gone through.
Yeah.
Great goal from Megan Hunt there.
Well, we just talked about Megan, how important she is, particularly in a team that's a little bit depleted today. She's certainly been really strong in the midfield, and that's why Lisa Roberts had a look, saw Maselli was covered, straight over to Megan Hunt, and we know that she can kick from 40. So smart football by the Waratahs.
We've already seen plenty of the ball when you go straight down Robbo's throat. Do you think they almost look at where she is and then try and kick there instead?
Actually, having coached Lisa Roberts for a number of years, she reads the ball so well, and she'll find the spaces. She knows where the ball's going. So it's not about, I think, they look for her. I think she does the work to find the space. She's just a workhorse.
So umpire resets play, and Oldhouse gets a big hit forward, but only gets it as far as goal back Eggett. She gets her hands out, but to no one in particular, and the ball's still in dispute in the middle there. Buffs edge it forward. The Tars will mop it up. Comes out now again to goal back Eggett. She kicks it out to a woman on the wing, but it's a free kick for, I think it was a late hold on her. So she'll have another chance in the middle of the ground. Big strong lead from O'Brien out from the goal square. Doesn't quite go to her.
Beautiful kick.
Great kick to Caitlin Couch. She wheels round on her right and now goes to O'Brien over the top of her head. Be a foot race to the boundary. She was first to it but couldn't take it. Now working it towards the boundary but kept it alive. Throws it on the right. Only got it as far there as Totham. And she now goes in the middle of the defensive 50 to Gonanon. She's looking for a safe option in a very dangerous position here. Goes across to Stokes. Doesn't find her. Not a great kick. And under a lot of pressure.
Well,
from
Stokes waited for it instead of she just didn't run up that ball. Very risky.
And Roberts now with the ball under pursuit. Duggan, probably the best for Buff so far. Had plenty of it. Gets it out, but Robbo's there to pick it up. Throws it on her right. Kicks it forward. Sing at the bottom of it. Couldn't take the mark. And Buffs again will mop up. Great smother there from Maselli. Martin handballed it over the top. And now with Buffs again. And Duggan takes the mark on the back flank. Assesses her options up forward. Plays on to Caitlin Coe. She goes back to Duggan, but it overcooked it. And now with Nikki Watts running through, does a little spin there. Kicks it inside the forward 50 to O'Brien over the top of her head. Hunt could be first to it. Tars on the move here. Not a great kick there. Comes back Maselli again.
Yep.
And she snaps
Never
and that's
in
a
doubt.
goal.
Yeah, Lisa Maselli just played in front of that player, knew where the ball was coming, never in doubt once she gets the ball in her hands. And look, Waratahs look good. They're sharing the ball well. They're making the space. They're running in numbers. They just look a bit hungrier than the opposition at the moment. Certainly Kylie Duggan, she's standing up, and congratulations to her, the second signing for the NT... the
Salties.
The Salties, and she's been a great ambassador and player for the game up here for many years, and well deserved, so congratulations to her, good to see. So, the Buffaloes have got some work to do here. Waratahs certainly are up and about and really are attacking that ball well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they almost seem a bit shell-shocked, the Buffs. They had plenty of it in the first 2 or 3 minutes. It was almost solely in their forward line, and since then it's been all Waratah. Here they go again. Miss Sally in the middle, throws it onto her trusty left, and she's held. It's a high tackle, so she'll have another free. In fact, it'll be paid downfield. And O'Brien, again, the target. Gee, that was way too easy there. Good, strong lead, and she's taken an uncontested mark.
I'm not sure what Tanya was doing there. She just, it was very much uncontested. She just ran out by herself and the defender just left her. I'm not sure whether Tanya misread the ball or...
Caught daydreaming, perhaps. And O'Brien kicks it through the middle. So she's been a strong presence for them up forward as well, which... I think you've mentioned a bit earlier, Gwynnie, is one of their strengths. They've got a very versatile forward line, and no one's really... Maselli's been a big target so far, but they've got plenty of other options up there.
Well, you've got Aggie Singh, who's one of the quickest players around. Is an academy player. She's also up for selection on Monday, so she'll want to impress I see Megan Hunt's resting in the 50. That's not a bad option to be able to rest her in the 50 for Heidi Thompson. It's very handy because, as we know, she's got a lovely boot on her as well.
And she's kicked a goal herself already, and I think she set up Lisa Maselli's second. Hunt has, so yeah, very, very lively already. So here we go in the middle again. It's Jeans for Tars with the hit out, then takes possession but can't get a clean one away. And Buffett's go forward, hoping to get a goal before the quarter-time break. It's the milestone woman, Wang, but she's ping-ponging the ball. Not the way she'd want to start it, Quinny.
No. Robbo was right on her there and gave her nothing.
Ball comes out now. 3 Tars on 2 Buffs on the wing. Tars make a bit of a meal of it. No, they don't. They'll get away with it here. Through Kievit. Kicks it over the top of the head. It'll bounce into Singh's favour. She can paddle it towards herself. Handballs it through the gap. O'Brien takes it, kicks it forward towards goal. It's not accurate, and it'll be behind. She had a one-on-one there. I think she went with the right option in going for goal there. She was in a bit of space, but just didn't pay off that time.
Yeah, they look dangerous, don't they? Tars, every time they got the ball, they're running in numbers. They're spreading well. Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of playing as a team, everyone's sort of playing their role, and even though there's been a few standouts already, there's a lot of players getting involved.
Yeah. Mel Taylor will be having to think, how do I close down a couple of these Waratah players that really are doing some damage? So no doubt she's looking at the board and looking at the magnets and seeing what options she's got.
Here's Kernoff kicking out of the defensive 50. Finds Doherty Cole on that far flank. Doesn't really have a lot forward. So she'll play on, get a bit of meterage and then kick it down the ground. Was looking for tack, but it's come to Roberts again. Almost, she'd be in double figures now for surely, I think. Gets it to Maselli, who handballs it on to Goodall. Goodall gets her hands back to Maselli. Inside 50, she's dangerous. Works it back again. And now the ball comes across, and that's a good mark, but she plays on, kicks towards goal. And it's a behind. So unlucky there from the Tars player. I think it's in Boltai.
Number 6, I think it is, Will?
Number 6, 16.
16, yes, there's no Boltai, yeah. I think she must have been called to play on there. That ball might have been touched.
Yeah, it looked like a clean mark from our position, but as you say, must have been called to play on. And Buff's looking to work it out again. No luck this time. And Tars just work it over the boundary line. So again in a dangerous position. So we tick closer towards quarter time. Umpire balls up the ball. And it's Dew who gets the tap down. Stokes gets the ball out to tack. She throws it on her boot. Gets it out of the defensive 50 now with Denya. But she's tackled. Umpire calls holding the player and she'll get a free kick.
I think the umpire might have reacted to the calls from the sidelines then. I don't think there was much in that.
And one of the players I think might agree with you, Gwynny. They've had a go at him and he's given a 50-metre penalty.
Darwin really just need to lift their work rate. The Waratahs are up and about, and they just seem to be trailing in on most of the play. Yeah,
there certainly seems to be more Tars players out there having a real crack compared to the Buffs lineup. There's only been a couple of names we've called multiple times out there in the double blue colours.
They'll be wanting to get the ball forward and try and get in the hands of Frida Wasomo. She's dangerous in that forward 50. She's fast and she can kick a ball a long way. So, well, that's that's quarter time here at TIO, and Waratahs away to a flying lead, 4-3-27. Buffalo's yet to score. We'll be back certainly shortly with the second quarter.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide. Ooh.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Okay, welcome back to the second quarter of this game between Waratah and Darwin Buffets. Umpire's about to bounce the ball. Will, over to you for your call.
So pretty interesting first quarter. Tars have really surprised us here. They've got a 27-point lead. And Keep It with the tap there shows that they may be ready to continue on their tracks. That's a very strong tackle in the middle there from the Buffs player. Tars looking to take possession again through Keep It. She's had a pretty good first quarter, Gwynny, as many of the Tars players have.
Yeah, Keep It, one of our NT Thunder academy players, and really huge improvements. Holly Thompson's really doing some great work with her at the moment. Certainly a star to watch in the future.
She's got a big day ahead of her against Molly Oldhouse in the ruck. And she's done pretty well so far. Here's the Tars looking to move forward again. Ball comes out to Parnas on the wing, but she can't take possession. Buffs now look to work it forward. And it's to Garling will try to work it forward, but no, it comes out to Lisa Roberts, who's probably the best player on the ground so far today. Looks inboard for Megan White.
Going to call that a throw, rightfully so.
She'll get a free kick. She's got Bree Martin out wide and she'll go to her. Ball bounces to her favour, but she's under hot pursuit there from Tadisha Bush, and I think she'll get the free kick.
So a couple of Arnhem Crows players out there with Teddy Bush and Frida Wasomo playing side by side there. Played in a couple of premierships down in the Catherine Comp, side by side.
Good to see them making their way up here for the wet season. Ball now comes across again, and it's Kernoth who couldn't take the mark, but she takes possession, throws it on the boot. Not a
forward.
Good fly there from Tack, but she couldn't take the mark. She's edged out of the contest there by Park, and it'll be Rapson who mops up plenty of space there, goes out to Martin, and she takes the mark. So Tars will be able to reassess. And it's good defence. It's been great defence so far from Tars. They've been under pursuit early in that first quarter and early again in this second, but they're yet to concede a score. So Heidi Thompson will be very happy with that. Here's Singh going forward. They've got two players on here. You'd say this would be a certain goal. It goes straight through the big sticks.
Yeah, look, they went coast to coast. And beautiful work down back by Izzy Rapson, and then on to Bree Martin, and that was just really a training run. There wasn't a lot of pressure there applied by the Buffets, and just made for an easy goal. Look, I think in terms of the Buffets, what Mel Taylor would be looking for is a couple of the players to get into the game, and Molly Oldhouse, she really needs to impose herself on this game. We just really haven't seen much of her. I think it seems to be a bit of a mindset. A lot of the Buffalo players really don't seem to want that ball. So I think that's a challenge for Mel Taylor to get them back into the game and get them thinking footy.
Oldhouse has her chance there. She gets the first touch out of the ruck contest, and another one there, gets her hands out. So Buffs look to work it forward now. What can they do? Can they apply for some scoreboard pressure? Rebecca Denyer certainly is trying to, puts her head over the ball, but again, good defensive work, this time from Goldback Eggett for Waratah. Finds Lisa Roberts. Got a good strong lead from Misselli on the wing. Thought she overcooked it there, but found her. Misselli couldn't take the mark. So she's under pressure now, and it'll be Buffs who come away with it.
Yeah, there we go. Frida Wasomo. I mentioned her before. Dangerous player. Really needs to get into the game. Straight to the dangerous Megan Hunt, unfortunately.
Now out to Parnas, who I thought would have been away there, but she goes back and takes her kick. She finds the lead now of Watts, who's kicked that last goal from the goal square. Hands it back to Parnas. Oh. Big hit there from Bianca Stokes. I think she's all right.
That's I've seen Bianca Stokes do that a few times over the years. I think she's hit me a couple of times in previous years. And
I can't imagine it's too much fun at all. Tars work it forward now. That's a great kick inside 50.
Here we go.
There's Molly. The middle of the ground now, just left of centre. Rolls onto her right. Big kick into the forward line, but Rapson will be at the drop of the ball. Reads it best, reads it very well. And she earns herself a free kick holding the player.
I think Desley Wang actually just fell on her then and sort of saying sorry to Izzy then. Sorry about that, mate.
Izzy gets on her bike, kicks it into the middle of the ground, finds Kievit. She plays on. She's tackled. Will she get the ball away? She does, but it goes straight into the hands of a Buffs player. They're now looking to take advantage. Oldhouse taps the ball in front of her twice, then does a bit of a dummy. Kicks it forward now. Onto the chest of Goldback Eggett. She's been lively in this first half so far.
Yeah, Goldback Eggett, another one of our NT Thunder Academy players, and huge improvement in her game, which is great to see.
Buffs with a forward entry. And they get it there to Kernoff. She's run down. Umpire will call for my ball. Buffs get the ruck contest uncontested. Kick it to the top of the square. Rapson's probably found herself in a bad position, but has made the most of it and rushed it through for a behind. So great work from the defender there.
Yeah, she was just willing to go harder than her opponent there, Will. That was what it was. It was about effort. And that's really what the Buffaloes are lacking at the moment.
She plays on from fullback, takes one bounce, takes a second. Now goes for a kick down the line to Indiana Hughes. And she plays on. Ball goes forward to the advantage of two Tars plays, but unfortunately favours the boundary line a little bit more, so it rolls over and we'll have a throw in on the Tars side of the wing, just forward of centre. In fact, it'll be a free kick to the Buffettes. So they go forward now. Lisa Roberts standing tall, and as you said, she's found the space, she's moved to it, and she's taken a mark there. Pretty easy. She now looks to play on, goes into the middle of the ground. And gee, she's picked her player out there in Megan White. She goes forward now, bit of a grubby looking kick off the boot, but the bounce is very favourable. Tars go forward towards goal. It's a roller, it bounces, it dribbles.
It's gone through. Yeah.
And I think it might be Nikki Watts there.
Yeah, I think it was too.
And she kicked 2 goals so far this quarter. Obviously that one running into an open goal from about 2 centimetres out, and that one was probably as far as she could kick. It just rolled and she almost wheeled it through. So Waratah moves out to a 38-point lead. They're 6 goals, 3-39 to Buffalo's, or Darwin Buffett's still yet to score a goal, one behind. They're just on a total of 1.
Yeah, we'll just see if Buffett's make any changes here just to try and invigorate something, maybe change around their midfielders, just get something going because they really do seem just flat today. And we'll see what Molly Oldhouse can do.
So Tars again looks to get the clearance, won't favour them like the others have. It'll now be found with Hart.
Taylor Hart.
They can't take it. They've got nothing up forward, so they're just sort of trying to find and keep the space. Taylor Hart now goes forward again.
Yeah, they're very flat-footed in their 50. There's not a lot for them to go to.
And Taryn O'Hare gets the hams out. Kick goes down the line from Park. Down the throat of a Buffs player. She goes back. Kicks it across the ground. Finds Mickey Roberts, who's been pretty quiet so far, but she's got a bit of a run on there. Kicks it inside the forward 50. The player couldn't take the mark forward. She kicks it to the run there of Ah Wang, the milestone player, that she's run down, and that's great defensive work from Caitlin Couch, but unfortunately she's given away the free kick.
They're probably lucky, Ah Wang there. I didn't see a lot in that, but yeah, she's put her head over the ball, so you always put yourself in a good chance of drawing a free from the umpire.
So the milestone player, 200 games today for the Buffettes. Walks in.
Yep, she's got that.
Happy with that one.
Yeah, so Buffets are on the board through Deslia Wang. Good to see her on the scoreboard on a 200. Seen Molly Althouse come out a bit here. She's starting to get her hands on the ball, get the ball forward. Big difference here, Will, is you'll see when Waratahs have got the ball, they all run. They empty the 50 and they run in waves where you'll see the Buffets are much more stationary, hands on hips, not running, not doing the work off the ball. Very little movement, so maybe the goal might give them something to try and stimulate some, I guess, a little bit more energy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big margin so far. We were just looking down the barrel of a 38-point margin, which is big, particularly in women's footy, but maybe that goal can get Buffs on a roll, and it's still partway through the second quarter, so nothing's out of the question now. Here's Waratah working the ball forward again. It's Megan White who taps it over the top, but only got as far as Roberts. She goes inboard now to Althouse. That's two big names who need to get a bit more up and about than they have already today. She dances around her opponent in Bree Martin and kicks it forward. It'll bounce to Bishop. She don't know about that kick. Probably knew she'd kick it to a player in blue, but it's paid off for them, and they're working the ball forward, this time through Goldback Eggett. And again, that bounce, they're just getting the rub of the green here, these last couple of plays. Waratah work forward. Misselli throws it onto her left. It comes to White. Can't take it cleanly. O'Brien now will pick it up. She's got plenty of space, gets it to White. White turns around, gets it back to O'Brien. She runs in, kicks it into the player on the mark. Will run into goal, but it'll hit the post on the way through, and that's one behind to Waratah. 6-4-40 plays 1-1-7.
So Stephanie O'Brien, another dangerous player, is playing up here from the Queensland Uni, and big raps on her. I know Brisbane Lions are looking at her and as a potential for next year's draft. So we can also keep an eye on her. So Waratah's got a couple of good ins for this game.
Yeah, if anything that she's up showing out there is to go by, she'll be a hot prospect. She's been very impressive up forward so far. She's got one goal and been involved in a couple of other ones. Here's Waratah again looking to go forward. Target at the bottom of that, I think it might have been Watts, who's also been lively in the middle and up forward with 2 goals this quarter. Goes into O'Brien. Kick didn't meet her, so she'll have to crumb it. She gets it back to Watts. Now onto Misselli.
Oh.
Great smother there from the Buffs defender. And now Roberts outside 50. Throws it on the right. It's taken by Corrie at fullback. She goes out to Duggan. I think her first touch so far this quarter. Finds a player on the back flank. Got a couple of options, but not a lot.
You see Duggan there pleading with the players to come forward and to run and to do the work.
And they haven't quite done that. It's a scrimmage on the wing. And Tars will get out with it through Caitlin Couch. She runs, throws on the boot just as she's getting tackled. White now again picks it up cleanly, runs onto it, kicks towards goal, but not a great kick. Stays alive though, rolling towards a boundary line. And Watts try to get to it first and keep it alive, but it rolls out. So we'll have a throw in that forward pocket.
Yeah, so White, one of the few Div 2 players out here filling in, and you know, doing well, holding her own. They really are combining well, the Waratah girls.
Absolutely. She was a bit quiet that first quarter, but she's really come into her own this quarter with some good presence up forward and a couple of clean pickups as well. So the umpire's just trying to work out if it's come off someone's shin there, it'll be a free kick, or if they'll do a throw in. And so it'll be a free kick in favour of Buffets. Kicks it to the top of the goal square. Dangerous kick, but it's paid off. It'll give their players a chance to move and find some space. Goes back into that back pocket. They don't really have a lot on. As you said, Gwynnie, there's not really a lot of people presenting.
No, the work rate's certainly down.
Duggan now finds herself at the bottom of this one. No, she doesn't. She'll pick it up instead. And Parnas kicks it inside 50. to mark at centre-half back to Stokes.
See, Iakono's not out there either today, and we know how good a player she is for the Buffets. Really holds up their centre-half back line.
Yeah, I've noticed Nikki Roberts playing a bit more back than she usually does, and if she were able to play in the middle, maybe we'd be seeing a different scoreline, but it's not to be today. Bishop looks like she'll get to it first for Tars. Can't take it cleanly. And Buffets could be away here. They've got a player on the ball. She grabs it forward. It gets past them. And here's Bush, top of the square. Can't
Teddy
take
Bush.
possession. Under hot pursuit. And it was, again, great defence from the Waratah girls.
Oh.
Didn't pay off, though. Goes out to Wasomo. That's not a great kick. It's out on the full. Just needed to be a bit more composed there.
You hear the Buffalo's bench saying middle. There was Desley Arwang and another player just sitting there on the top of the square that he should have centred it to.
Yeah, probably a bit lucky. I think there was 5 Waratah defenders on Bush there at the top of the square, which meant there were plenty of players free in that middle corridor. But they get away with it again. So Waratah coming out of their defensive 50. Maselli's saying kick it out to the boundary, which is where they do, but she probably didn't mean kick it quite that far or hard, and it's over for a free kick in favour of Buffets, and it'll be their skipper, Kylie Duggan, taking it. Looks inboard, looks to move quickly. Goes to the top of the 50. Umpire calls a free kick for a push out, and it'll go Waratah's way. So here's Parnas again, who's been... I've caught her names a couple of times as well, been pretty good today. She goes down the line to Singh. Yep. Don't know about that option with Oldhouse taking possession, but she's called to play on. Now Taylor Hart rolls onto her left, kicks into the forward pocket. Rapson should be first to it. Keeps it alive, very well done. Got some pace on it. Unfortunately went straight to Gonanon. And again, they've got players in the middle. As you said, Gwynny, the spectators are telling them where to kick it. And... Roberts finds the space. So she plays on, tells her players now to move out to that far side. It'll be a foot race. It'll be Jeans on Doherty Cole. Jeans will get to it first, but only gets a foot to it, and she kicks it further towards the boundary line, makes a bit more work for herself. Now picks it up, kicks it to Roberts again. She holds it and steadies up play. They've got a few players on if they can get to them quickly. Here they go now out to Keevett. Couldn't take it cleanly. She's tackled, and the umpire, what will he do here? He'll call for a ball up. Probably got lucky there, Keevett. She was the target
She had
player.
it for a while.
Yep. She goes up in the ruck now. It's a good hit out. Hunt's at the bottom of it. Ball rolls over for a boundary throw-in. I think it was Doherty Cole out of the ruck there, and she roves her own ball. It's a flick away. Good tackle there from Couch. Ball bounces forward, but the siren will beat them all. So at half-time, Gwynny, it's Waratah on 6 goals, 440. Darwin Buffets on 1 goal, 1-7. They certainly stemmed the bleeding there a bit and kicked a goal themselves. But you'd say that Tars are definitely in a comfortable position heading into the main break. Yeah,
Waratah certainly look more composed. They're running in numbers. They're playing for each other. They're getting first to the ball. And I imagine that Mel Taylor's looking at all of these points and ready to speak to the players about how we can counteract that. So, a good first half. And we'll be back for the second half shortly.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Absolutely zero.
Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
Domestic violence is everybody's business.
And it's not just the physical abuse, it's the things we don't see.
It is hurting our families. It is killing our families.
A lot of people have been silent to this fact, and I think it's about time we all speak up together and say no more to this form of abuse.
No more.
No more. No more family violence.
No more to the family violence.
No more. No more.
No more.
Everyone feels stressed or worried from time to time.
There's no shame in asking for help.
Yarning to friends or family can make you feel better.
Sometimes it's as simple as a text or a phone call.
If you or someone you know needs support,
visit www.mentalhealthnt.com.au.
Listen up, kids. Make school your story. Help you succeed and rise to glory.
Safe to go to school.
So go the distance. 10 every day. Learn and listen. School holiday rockin' with love or break.
Time with friends and family is always right.
When it's time for school, don't get slack.
It's safe to go to school. Can't wait to get back. So don't cut corners.
Do the full term. It's safe to go to school. And it's time to learn. So don't cut corners. Do the full term. Make school your story. And it's time to learn.
School returns February 2021. Written and authorised by the Northern Territory Government.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
At Muzzbuzz, keep cool this summer with our new range of frappes, including cookies and cream, chai and matcha. You can also enjoy our totally scrumptious range of food and snacks, Australian owned and operated. Muzzbuzz, great coffee is just the beginning.
On Territory roads, anything can happen, so you need to drive to the conditions. Speeding can get you into all sorts of trouble. Dirt roads aren't just dusty. When it's hard to see, they're dangerous. At water crossings, remember, you're driving a motor car, not a boat. High water can be deep trouble. All sorts of animals can be on the road, so watch out. And if the weather is bad, slow down, you mob. Drive to the conditions and arrive in good condition.
The time to kickstart your business is now. Get your message across with the experienced local TV production team at Kick Digital. Cost effective, rapid turnaround, exceptional service. Kick Digital. Television production energized.
CFS Schoolwear is the perfect choice for quality custom-made school uniforms. Ideal for all school-related activities. 50 or 500 students, we have what you need. Contact CFS Gear for your free CFS Schoolwear quote today.
Vaccinate to protect our players.
To protect our coaches.
To protect our umpires.
To protect our supporters.
To protect our game.
Head to the Danila Dilba website for more information.
Getting my hands on the footy and just being with my mates.
I like being outdoors. It just makes me happy.
I don't like it when I get yelled at.
It's pretty embarrassing when someone's shouting at you halfway through the game.
It makes me feel like I'm useless and I can't do anything.
We're just kids.
We're just here to have fun.
Let us do what we love.
Just let kids be kids.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
We're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Join football legend Sam Kekovich and our special sport luncheon, January 23rd at the Waratah Clubhouse. Tickets are $110 per person and includes meal and drinks package. Bookings are now open, so get in quick.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Okay, welcome back to TIO as we recommence the Women's Premier League game between Waratahs and Darwin Buffets. I'm Colin Gwynn, and with me is Will Zwar. And definitely a one-sided game so far, Will. I went down and had a listen to Mel Taylor speak to the troops there at half-time, and she was certainly unhappy about the effort by the Buffets in the first half. So let's see if that turns around now. But Waratahs just seem very organised. They're all playing for each other. They're running in numbers. They're aggressive at the ball, and they're just their work rate is probably a good 10-15% more.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't surprise me that was her demeanour at half-time. It's just been a bit too much left to too few so far for them today, but they've started early or intercepted by Roberts, so not the start they necessarily would have wanted. Roberts wraps up Duggan there. The umpire will call for a ball up in the middle, in the centre square.
Just one move, Frida Wasomo into on the ball. Great move. She will. She can turn a game. Has got some amazing skills. So good to see she's changing things up.
And Tars edged that one forward, but again, we'll have a ball up. So far a bit more pressure from Buffs, although they have started their quarters very well today. Ball now comes out to the wing, and it'll be Crystal tackling Bree Martin there. Martin managed to get the ball away.
The ball.
Now mark taken by Corey in the back line. She goes out to the wing. Onto that contest again. Martin on Kernoff. Martin on Tack.
Yeah.
Now comes in to Denya. She was good in the early stage, that first quarter, but it hasn't really been sighted since. Bishop now picks it up for Waratah, feigns a handball and kicks it back to Tack. Martin again trying to body her out, but Tack will get the possession away. Mickey Roberts now with the tackle on Lisa Roberts.
Ooh.
A bit of a sling there. Robbo's not happy.
Yeah. It's quite a dangerous tackle in the end on Lisa Roberts.
Umpire will throw the ball up. I think Jane's got the tap away there for Tars. Buffs will be first to it, not without a tackle. Again, no one's really gotten clean possession, although here comes Tack. Throws it on the boot, and good defensive mark there from Taryn O'Hare. She's got a player on in the middle of the ground. She'll take the mark, and you think she'd turn and go. She doesn't take the mark. The Parnas will be able to run. Could have gone a bit further, but threw it on her boot. And Caitlin Crouch was held, so she'll be taking a free kick from a bit too far out. In fact, it's gone back to Keevett. She'll be about 65 out, so well beyond her range, but plenty of options. One of those is O'Brien. Overcooks it a bit, and Duggan will be at the fall of the ball. O'Brien mops it up, works through the tackle, but leaves the ball behind with her. And the umpire pings her for holding the ball. So the Buff spectators definitely making themselves heard here. We're happy with that one. Haven't been happy with a few other calls made today, but Buffs will work it out of the back line. Oldhouse using her body there to get some space. Couldn't take the mark, and she's bundled over now by Jeans. Jeans then lays a tackle on a player who didn't have the ball, so it'll be Kira Kernoff taking the kick from the back flank. She looks a bit ginger. She looks up and goes to Oldhouse. Not a great kick. It's gone beyond Watts and into Oldhouse's hands in the end. She goes forward. Bishop now using her body and her hands. Couldn't take the mark, but worked it into favour of Martin. She got it to Roberts, who wasn't going to get possession, but she threw a fist in. Hunt then got it forward, and it's a high tackle on Goldback Eggett. She'll get the free kick, looks to move it quickly. Back to Hunt. She now goes forward. Singh works her body into space, kicks towards goal. It's a good one, but it's hit the post.
Yeah, I think Aggie Singh had a bit more time then. She probably could have run and carried and really made that an easy shot.
Yeah, absolutely. It was probably just on her range there, and I think just by trying to work it a little bit further down the ground, it's compromised a bit of the accuracy. She may have another opportunity here. Ball comes, Oldhouse will pick it up at the fall of the ball, gets it back as it was tapped back down to her. Now into space, Roberts. One of the Roberts will get it first, Lisa or Mickey.
It's a battle of the Roberts.
It looks like they're going on each other rather than on the ball. Bit of aggression there. Maselli throws it on her boot. And it'll be Doo first to it.
Oh, that's a goal. No, it's just got to it.
Imagine that.
No, that's a dangerous boot, that left foot of Lisa Maselli. You know, they really need to tighten up on her. She's so dangerous in the 50.
She's had plenty of it. She hit 2 goals in that first quarter. A bit quieter last quarter, but up and about again so far in the early stages of this third. So Buffs look to play on with a bit of pace out of that goal square. Now goes down. Martin will be at the back. Tried to fly on Oldhouse, but Martin will kick. Vincentelli will kick forward. Doesn't find a forward target though. Buffs will have another opportunity. They look to go down the other side of the ground. But there's not a lot on. Player is tackled. Now it'll be Frida Wisomo. Dances around one. Now kicks it forward. It was intercepted by Maddie Jeans there for Tars. She's got Singh on it out in the pocket. She waits for the ball to come to her. Has a fly. Can't take it cleanly. And Buffs now could have a chance. No, they overrun it. Martin, great smother there. And Singh will mop it up. Turns one way, turns the other, kicks it forward. Probably could have done a bit better with it then as well. Ball's still alive, and now it bounces out. So we will have will be a throw in there, Gwynny, or will it be a?
No, it's a throw in because it's in the 50.
Yeah, throw in the forward 50 there.
Yeah. Good pressure there by Bree Martin. A couple of times her defensive work today has been really good.
Yeah, great smother there out of that back flank. And Keevitt took it out of the ruck. And she's been pinged for... she'll get the free kick.
I'd like to see a replay of that one.
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought it might have gone the other way for an incorrect disposal.
Yeah.
She walks in.
That's a nice goal, as easy as you like.
Very good kick on goal.
Yeah, definitely one of our up-and-coming stars. Does all the work, you know, is a handy athlete across a number of codes, and she's chosen AFL. And, you know, a really great kid, easy to coach. And, yeah, she's got everything there. She's just keeps working hard, and there's certainly the top grade could be an option for young Annabelle, and I really like the way she goes about it.
Yeah, absolutely. She looks very at home in the lineup out there today. Obviously got her work cut out with Molly Oldhouse. Predominantly been playing in the ruck today. She's just on the bench now and looks like she'll move up forward, but Keevitt certainly held her own. My match notes here, Gwynny, say that she claimed the under-15s girls best and fairest, the Sharon Smith medal in her first season at the club, which was 2 years ago in 2019-2020. So already got a bit of silverware at home. Hopefully there's plenty more to come for her.
It comes from a very sporting family too. The brothers all play soccer, and they umpire or referee, they call it in that game. But they are a very sporting family.
So she gets the hit out and Tars work it forward. Maselli again with that dangerous left, kicks it into the forward line. O'Brien looks to Crum, but Buffett's try to get it out of their defensive 50. They won't let it in easy. Hunt again. She's tackled there by Oldhouse, and she's pinged for holding the ball. So Oldhouse starting to come into the game. Plays on and kicks it out wide to Wisomo. She'll be first to the ball, try to dance around her opponent in Parnas, and she does. She takes one bounce, she takes a second, takes a third. Got another opponent to get around. She does there, throws it on the right. Not a great kick. It'll find Izzy Rapson on that back pocket. She gets through 2 opponents. Great work there. Kicks it and gets it out of the danger zone. Maselli will be at the bottom of it. She then works it forward. Got a good long kick, Maselli, as well, which gets them out of tricky situations, as it has there. And Stokes has tackled the Tars forward, and she's pinged her for holding the ball. So great effort there from Stokes. Under a bit of pressure, she's made sure that they're not letting it through easy.
Yeah, Stokes would never win a 100-metre sprint, but she certainly is a good tackler and quite an intimidating player out there.
Absolutely, and explosive off the mark by the looks of that last contest. So the umpires will throw the ball in on that far flank.
Just the last example where the Buffaloes were entering their 50. There was just no movement. There was no one to deliver the ball. So, Frida Wasome did all the hard work and then really couldn't hit up a target. There was no one coming at her, and that's the difference today. They're just not working hard enough.
And they do seem to be lacking a bit of that leadership. We did see earlier in the game, Kylie Duggan was there sort of calling for players to lead and create options. And, apart from her, there just doesn't seem to be many others, putting in those sort of off-the-ball efforts.
Yeah.
Here they go forward now. Lisa Roberts will get to it. She gets on her knees, but she's hit high. Umpire doesn't call anything for it. So Wasomo, she goes forward now, kicks it to the top of the 50, and she gathers her
Gathers
own.
again.
She's on fire this quarter. So's Keevat. She works it out, goes down to Hughes. Couldn't take the mark. Ball went over it. And here's Duggan. Took it cleanly. Kicks it to centre half back position and finds her player cleanly. So she's got a play here on the back flank intact. I don't know if she'll go to her. Yes, she will. Unfortunately, wasn't quick enough and a few Tars players got in to contest it.
Oh. No, I think that's... Not sure if the umpire quite got that right there.
And so Hughes will have the free kick about 80 metres out from goal. Too far. Not great execution. Old House now for Buffs has a player in Mickey Roberts who's just come on from the bench, but she'll be up against it. Gets it to her advantage, takes it cleanly, throws it on her left and kicks it forward. It'll be Bush. In fact, it's Bishop who cleans it up.
Yeah, to be free down the field, play on, Megan Hunt.
She goes to O'Brien. Old House, though, was able to gather it and intercept. She now goes forward. And the umpires are certainly happy to use their whistle today.
Yeah, probably a little bit too much. I think that'd be nice to see the play just be able to flow a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball comes out now to Mickey Roberts for Buffs. Hands it back to Taylor Hart. She kicks it, and that was almost a thread of the eye of the needle there to Garling.
You certainly see Buffett's are looking better this quarter, Will.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they have gotten a bit of a rev up from their coach there at three-quarter time, at half time. But yeah, they definitely seem more aware and putting in that effort. And it's just the one. They've conceded just the one goal and have looked a lot more likely than they did in that first quarter.
Yeah, they've got better attack on the ball, but it's not reflecting on the scoreboard, and that's their biggest challenge at this point because Waratahs have got such a commanding lead.
Goodall takes the mark on the back flank, goes inboard now. Couldn't find her player cleanly, and so again, Buffs will be looking to score. They can't do it cleanly, and so Tars work out. O'Brien will be first to it. She's got her work cut out for her by Totham. She finds the run of Hughes, and it's a 3-on-2. If Tars can work it out, you'd think they're in for a chance on goal here. O'Brien and Maselli and Singh, three big names.
Yep.
Singh gets it. She kicks towards goal, and it bounces through. Great goal for Waratah.
Yeah, great work, Lisa Maselli. Whenever she's around the ball, something happens, and there she just saw Aggie Singh out at the side of her eye, put the ball out to her, just popped it up. That's all it needed. And Aggie converted what was a relatively easy goal. So, great teamwork by Waratahs. That forward setup they've got at the moment is really dangerous, and they've all got a few weapons, and that's why they're so hard to defend.
Yeah, all five of their forwards at the moment looking very dangerous. Obviously, you've got Hughes, we've also got O'Brien, Singh, Maselli at full forward, and Hunt, who's been playing a bit midfield, but she's also managed to get on the end of one today. You wouldn't believe it, Gwynny, but that was Aggie Singh's first goal for the day. So
yeah, you wouldn't, like because she certainly had a lot of it, but just hasn't converted. But she's she's her forward pressure's been good. She's played her role, that's for sure.
And it's now with Goodall on the wing. And she's given away a free kick for an incorrect disposal there. Yeah. So the Buffettes move forward. Again, not a lot up forward. So she goes out wide to Kernoff.
And again, to a stationary target out there, Will.
Roberts again doesn't have a lot, so goes back to Doherty. Cole, she now looks to go forward. It's a 2-on-1. Couldn't find a target in the air. And it's a free kick Buff's way for, was it a dangerous tackle or a high tackle? Not quite sure, didn't see it.
Oh,
but
I didn't see what he signalled.
Go the way of Nicole Schmidt. So she kicks inside forward 50 to Kylie Duggan. And has the umpire paid that one? I think he has. Not quite 2 bites at the cherry there. But a dubious mark nonetheless. So she could line up here, or she will line up, could kick Darwin's second goal of the
could be a little bit out of her range, but yeah.
Didn't look all that
It's probably not her strength. Kylie Duggan is kicking.
She's found Garling in that forward pocket.
She going around? No, she's just...
She slotted it.
Oh, put that through.
Not a bad kick at all.
I guess she had to go around on her left, didn't she? So if she's got no left, then it's not an easy kick. So, yeah, look, I think they deserve that goal, Will. They've certainly increased their work rate. Their attack on the ball's better. I think they're just looking for too few to do too much. Whereas Waratah have got a really good spread of contributors out there, and everyone's really having a crack.
So that reduces the margin to 41 points. Not sure if it's beyond them here. It just might be Winnie.
Yeah, well, look, the way they're playing, the lead by Waratahs is pretty commanding. You would have to see a real change in the way that they're playing the game at the moment. And certainly be able to then nullify the game of Waratahs, which is, it's pretty good. It's playing some great footy out there.
I think the other thing with those Div 2 players who have come in for TARS is they're not new to the game. They're players who've been there before and have just sort of been edged out. So they do bring experience back into the side with them, even if they may be those fringe type players.
That's correct.
Here
we go,
Taylor Hart. She goes back now to Garling. Couldn't take it cleanly, so Hart will try and do the work for her, but she's tackled by 2. Pinged for holding the ball, so free kick will go to Goldback Eggett.
You know, and again, I think that's because there's too few doing too much, and there's not enough there. There's not enough assistance. There's no protecting the ball carrier. We see some of the Buffaloes players really dominating, but we need more of them.
It was a good contest there between O'Brien and Oldhouse. Buffs work it forward. But again, they seem to be struggling to get it sort of beyond this half-forward line. Here goes Wasomo now. Only gets it as far as Bishop for Waratah, who kicks it down the line. Parnas will try and get the lucky bounce, but it rolls over the boundary line.
Another beautiful run by Frida Wasomo. Very comfortable running and carrying. That's what you want to see some of these young players do.
And I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
Was that the last touch?
Might have been the last touch, Phil. So it's come to Bree Martin. She goes down the line to Parnas, who's taken a mark. She's got Hunt inboard, 3 players inboard. One of those was O'Brien. Nearly possibly deserved a free kick for a high hit, but she finds Singh open. She's got plenty of players up forward. This will be White.
Let's see what White can do here.
Advantage. Keeps her feet, which is important. Keeps it alive, hands it over the top. Good work by the Buffs. They were outnumbered there, but the Tars get a goal nonetheless for Nikki Watts, who's kicked her 3rd of the day.
Yeah, she's having a good game, isn't she? She's always in a good position, working hard. She's covering plenty of ground. And that was a more even quarter, but Waratahs had just got more finesse, more composure, and playing very much a team style of game. So 3/4 time, we've got Waratahs 8-6-54 leading the Buffaloes 2-1-13. We'll be back shortly.
You know know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm going far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
You know Territorians are a hardy bunch.
Hats off to you. Whether you're new or you've been here forever, we know what the weather can throw at us. That's why TIO Home Insurance covers your home for cyclone, storm surge and flood. It's good to know. And with the only contact centre, claims team and assessors based in the Territory,
we're here when you need us most.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
AFL Northern Territory would like to remind spectators that congregating at the team huddles is not permitted during the breaks.
Quarter between the Waratahs and the Darwin Buffets at TIO Stadium. Colleen Gwynn and Will Zwar calling this game. Not a close game on the scoreboard, but certainly that last quarter, Will, I would say, was a fairly evenly contested game. Two very different styles of play. And let's see what Buffets have left in the... they just seem, like I say, they seem flat-footed, where Waratahs are definitely up and about. Both teams have been depleted somewhat through COVID. But, you know, that you've got to play each game on its merits, and let's see what the last quarter brings us.
Absolutely, and as they say up here, it doesn't really matter what you do before Christmas. It's all after Christmas, and we said at the start of this game, Tars have 5 green W's next to their name on our sheet in front of us. That'll be 6 by the end of the day, you would think. So they're in pretty good form, sitting in 4th position.
They are, and I see Mickey Roberts has gone into the midfield, and let's see what she can do.
So Old House gets the first tap, and she may get the first clearance as well. Takes possession, but is wrapped up pretty quickly. She'll get the free kick.
She's so important to them, you know, when Molly's on song and she's up and about, that really has an impact on this side.
Big kick, which is used there, has gone forward. And it's Taylor Hart.
That's a beautiful bit of play by Taylor Hart.
She kicks it to full forward, where the milestone woman, Desley Arwang, was, but she couldn't take a mark, and it's just rolled through from behind. Good body work there from Izzy Rapson.
Yeah, that's Taylor Hart of old. She's had some injuries, but we know what she can do. She's an extremely talented player. So, yeah, it's good to see her back in and playing footy again.
So Rapson takes a bounce as she plays on from the back line, and great weighted kick there to Maselli. She now goes on to her left down the wing. Bree Martin was running back with a flight there bravely. Couldn't take the mark though, and so it'll be a forward entry to Corey. Roberts at the bottom, but couldn't take the mark for Tars. And now it'll be Garling, who's got one of their 2 goals. Kicks it to the top of the square. Will that bounce through?
Yep.
It has. So she adds a second to her tally.
Well, that's the start they would have been looking for. That looked a lot better from Molly Althouse. The free just went long, and that's what they've got to do. Just play basic football, get the ball long, give themselves a chance in the 50, and really just lift that work rate, play in front, and get the numbers at the ball.
She didn't do a lot in that play. In fact, I don't know if she touched the ball, but having the presence of someone like Mickey Roberts and looking at their middle now, it's Old House, Duggan and Roberts in there.
Yep.
You're standing in the middle of the ground before a ball up, and you see them, and you think, you know what, we're a good chance here. That's sort of what they've needed all day.
Yeah, just put some experience in there, and I think also in there with them is Kira Kernoff, who's also a very handy player. Here we go now, another...
Somo plays on. Thought she may have been called back, but she takes a bounce, keeps her distance and kicks it inside 50. Rapson nearly took the mark. She gets a boot to ball, straight to Roberts. Now she exits the forward 50, just looks to find space, but it's a 2-on-1 with Somo. Will get to it first. Taps it to her own advantage. Roberts with a great shepherd. So with Somo now, kicks down the line, looking for Duggan. Also in space, she turns around now, looks at options. She's got plenty behind her in the middle of the ground, and that
was a great option. Yeah,
great option there. And Corrie has come alive as the game's gone on. Taylor Hart couldn't take the mark, so it'll be Taku sockers it forward, but Roberts will throw it on her boot. To the advantage of Hunt, and she has got room to move. She'll run onto the bouncing ball here, a bit slower than she would have liked. Goes down the line to Megan White. Goes past her and her opponent, so Couch will get it. There's plenty of plays now. It's Tars with the run on. It's a 3-on-2 in their forward line. Singh, plenty of space, goes towards goal.
And she's
just across the face. Rolls through from
again,
behind.
you know, Aggie Singh really could have... she had Tanya Du in front of her, a very different player. She's a tall and nowhere near the agility of Aggie Singh. Just take them on and take the ball and make sure of those kicks.
2 options inside, O'Brien and Watts, Watts has kicked 3 today. O'Brien's just the one, but also looked lively. They wouldn't be happy with the outcome of that play.
No, that's not thought through very well.
So it'll be Stokes playing on from fullback. Takes 1 bounce. And now kicks it. And it bounces and gets some distance, but only as far as Hunt. She's tackled and pinged for holding the ball.
That's what they want to see.
Buffett's coming alive now. Wasomo jumps for the ball, can't take it, and so Martin will hand it over the top to Hughes. She now goes inside 50. A few Buffs players there to mop it up. They come back now to this close wing. Wasomo will take the mark this time. Plays on. Takes the bounce. Again, I think she may have been distracted by the umpire's whistle. That bounce didn't come back to her, so she paddles it forward. Bishop paddled it very well to herself. Now looks for Roberts. She goes back there. And Boltai will get a free kick. In fact, it will go the way of Lisa Roberts instead for an incorrect disposal. No,
he's called it. He was signalling the wrong way.
Signalling the wrong way he was.
It's Nicole Schmidt.
She goes forward. Rapson nearly got the mark in there. She's outnumbered 2-on-1. And so Kernoth kicks it deep into the pocket, but it'll find the boundary line.
Yeah, Desi Awang really needs to get herself in front. Rapson's been able to hold that front position all game.
Played very well. It hasn't been down there much, but she certainly held her own. I think Desi Awang's only goal today has come from a free kick. Now contesting in the ruck, and it comes down to Rapson. So she kicks it out. It gets it to Kylie Duggan. She now finds Awang, and that's what we need. We've needed to see that from the first quarter, I think, Winnie.
You play in front in the 50, and life is much easier for you. Yeah, she just, I think Izzy's really held her beautifully during this game. She's just outplayed her. But she was on a different opponent then.
So the milestone woman walking in.
Well, that's not the best ball drop, but she's managed to get the 6 points.
So her second goal of the day. 200 games, 2 goals today. And they close the margin. It's 4 goals, 2, 26. They still trail 9 goals, 7, 61. So it's the maths isn't great, Gwynnie.
No,
35-point margin.
Buffett's got 2 goals in this last quarter. That's what you'd want to see from a game that hasn't had a lot of highlights for them. You want to see them finish off well. And, that's what they're doing. They're certainly playing better. I like the combination that's starting in the middle. I think there's a bit more experience there. And, they're all contributing a bit more now. But Waratahs have got a lead that I don't think can be pegged back at this stage. They've done the work, and I think they're pretty safe.
Yeah, unfortunately, it has been left a little bit too little for too late. But they're still trying to make a game of it and add some highlights to the highlight reel. Misselli took the ball, fell over as she disposed of it. Martin will now get it on the wing, hands it over to O'Brien, who's got some work ahead of her. She gets the hands out. Now with Jeans, she kicks it forward again under pressure. So this is much better from the Buffs. Here is a bounce out from Stokes, and she almost fumbles over her own feet there. O'Brien makes her work for it now, returns the favour. She picks up the ball, kicks it forward. Plenty of players on. Couch got a fist in there, made it hard for the Buffs, but they kick it forward now. And Roberts should be first to it. No, it'll be the Buffett's player there. She's brought down by Roberts, who gives away a free kick.
Yeah, just a little bit high in that tackle there by Lisa Roberts.
So Rebecca Denyer looking forward, and there's a few TARS players in the holes. She'll have to go long. Comes out the back. Great work there from Tack waiting. But Rapson again playing in front. Try to get a handy bump on there. And Wang has gotten a boot to ball, but it's just rolled over the boundary line.
Yeah, she played it like a player under pressure there. You really needed to get the ball in the hands and try and get it to a teammate. She had plenty streaming down into the 50. See Frida Wasomo just on the bench there, getting a well-earned rest. She's had a very good game today for the Buffettes.
Particularly this last quarter. We're only halfway through it, but she's been very lively playing forward. Taylor Hart has also come into the game. She goes forward, and it's another goal to Tanisha Garling. So she's got 3 today for the Buffettes.
Yeah, they've certainly got the momentum at the moment. They're just pushing the ball forward, just inches by inches. And, I think Waratahs, they've had to work very hard for three quarters. And they're just, I think maybe stopped a little bit, perhaps put the cue in the rack to some extent. So, well done, Buffets. A really good last quarter, and I'm sure the coaching staff will be much happier with this sort of effort.
Absolutely. They may not come away with the 4 points, but at least they can try and consolidate some of their systems and structures that they've got in place. Play again underway, and it's another scrimmage in the middle. Been pretty tight out of the middle there. Haven't seen a lot of clean passages so far today. Buffs got a roll on early this quarter, but I think Tars are now looking to hold steadfast. Old House gets it out there. Good tackle from the Waratahs player. Umpire will call for my ball.
Yeah, no prior opportunity there to get rid of that ball, the Buffets player.
Old House again gets the hit out. Roves it as well, but she's tackled. Bus now moving forward. Big Garling in the contest, but it's Boltus who gets it. She kicks it forward. Roberts at the bottom does a little kick in front of her. Mickey Roberts takes the ball, kicks it forward. Martin on tack on that wing. Tack gets it as Martin falls over. She takes one bounce. Now goes inside 50. Overcooks it. Taylor Hart not in a good position either, but she gets a tackle there on goal back Eggett.
Oh, Taylor Hart.
Now she goes on goal, and Wang's alone in the goal square.
Oh, she's dropped it.
Good pressure from Rapson. Wang keeps it alive, and Rapson will get the handball in, and she has done very well there.
Well done, Isabel Rapson.
Absolutely up against it. Gets it to O'Hare, who now plays on. Keevitt under pressure is tackled to play without the ball and gives away the free kick.
Just a little bit too relaxed there, Annabelle Keevitt.
And Gonanon's gone inboard, but it wasn't a great kick. Had a player on, didn't find her. Now to be Stokes.
Gave it to a player that had two players on her.
And Singh now, what can she do with her pace? Gets it forward. Single now. Try and get it to her own advantage. Hunt's out there too. She gets the ball. Umpire calls advantage and they have a free kick. Now finds Maselli in space. She plays on from 50, kicks it. She's tackled, so that's impacted the kick a bit. Didn't quite get it where she wanted. Megan White now putting pressure on for Tars. It's Tanya Dew trying to take possession. Now Totham as well. The bottom of the pack, and umpire will call for a ball up.
These players are very tired out here. It's the conditions are really challenging.
Particularly in these games after Christmas, no one's quite as match ready as they were a few weeks ago, and it's not always the fittest teams out there, so they do tend to, as you say, tire a bit quicker. But there's still probably about 5 minutes left of gameplay. Keevitt now gets the ball to Hunt. He's been very good today. She now goes forward to Singh. But Totham will try and work it to the boundary line. Boundary line's her friend in this situation. Can't find it. And the ball finally rolls over.
Yeah, I don't think we'll see a lot of impact to that scoreboard now. You see the players are just out on their feet. They're just going to ground a bit more. Ball movement's a bit slower.
And I dare say as well, with that rep game selection coming up on Monday night, there'll be a few players possibly looking for a spell on the bench. Just to make sure that they're fit and ready for that game next weekend. So Old House again takes it out of the ruck, throws it onto the boot, but it's smothered. Roberts now for Buffets. Tried to get it. Maselli gets a foot to it, rolls along the ground. Martin now, she's tackled. She gets her hands away, and the ball will roll over the boundary line.
Hard to pick some best players for Waratahs today. I think that would be quite challenging. Had really a good even contribution by a lot of players. I love Lisa Maselli's games, have been excellent. Lisa Roberts.
As per usual, Lisa Roberts is in the best named.
Megan Hunt's game's been really good, particularly in that first half, and Annabelle Keevat have liked her game today.
Nikki Watts has chipped in with 3 goals as well and been pretty good in the midfield. And of course, Izzy Rapson at fullback. It hasn't been down there a lot, but she's done very well to keep her own.
The only unfortunate thing about Izzy Rapson is that mullet, but we won't go there. Yeah, no, she's playing some good football, Izzy, and I think we'll be hopefully seeing her running around in the ochre and black next weekend.
So umpire ball's up in the forward pocket. Singh uses her body, gets ball to her advantage, but it comes with Somo now will be first to it. She picks it up cleanly, throws it on the boot. Goes the way of Taylor Hart, gets a lucky bounce. She tries to get past O'Hare. She does. Plenty of space now. Paddock in space, takes a second
Go, Taylor.
bounce. Now kicks it inside 50. Probably could have used her speed a bit more there. And it hasn't gone to her advantage, so now to be Boltus out of the back line. Finds a player on that back flank. Kicks it straight to Tack. Not sure what she was thinking there. But she's got to go quickly because it's play on. She now goes to Schmidt. Duggan's at the fall of the ball. But Keevat will get the ball out to Watts. Watts goes forward and taken by Doherty Cole. She's been not bad for the Buffets either. It's even harder to pick a best for them today.
Yeah, Doherty Cole. I've seen Doherty Cole play better, but she's always a good contributor.
I think Wasomo's been pretty lively for them, particularly as the game's gone on. Kylie Duggan's probably been the standout for them there.
Yeah, I've got to disagree with you, Will. I reckon Frida Wasomo has had the most impact out there today. I think her game, her run and carry from the back line into the forward line, and often let down by teammates who weren't running for her. I just think her effort has been outstanding. But and Duggan, her leadership out there just doesn't stop. And Molly Althouse, I've been pretty happy with her. I think very quiet first quarter, but since then, she's come alive and has done a mountain of work out there. Taylor Hart, second half, it's been great.
And as you've just given Molly some praise, she had a great tackle there on Bree Martin. Certainly has come into the game here. Was Somo to Oldhouse, 2 of those players now. And Oldhouse will get the free kick. Now Flying's gone and on.
Take the first quarter out, where Waratah's just dominated. I think they're 4 goals to zip. The rest has been quite even.
Yeah, they were 27. They were up 4 goals, 3-27 to nothing at quarter time. Margin is now sitting at 29 points. So last 3 quarters, it's been 2 points in favour of Waratah.
I guess Waratah scoring shots, you look at 16 and you've only got 7 for Buffett, so there is a big difference there.
Singh now goes forward to White, who's been pretty good up forward. One of those players who's filled in from the reserves team. I hope he gets some reward there, but she got run down.
She's down. She's out. She's hurt. Yeah. Oh, no, she's moving now.
Umpire calls play on. Wasomo has done well there. Takes 1 bounce. Takes a second. Oh, great shepherd there from Roberts.
Oh. Okay, well, as we finalise this game, just in the last dying minutes, we've got Megan White down and out in the 50, and young Annabelle Keevat took a fairly heavy knock there. But look, well-deserved Waratahs. Their first quarter was outstanding. They really made a statement there, and I just think from there, it took the Buffets some time to get back into the game. But, their last quarter was excellent, and I think Mel Taylor will be happy with the way that they ended the game. It's interesting times of COVID. The numbers are down, and we're relying on players from the Div 2 and some of our younger players, but, we're playing football, and that's the main thing, and, that wasn't a bad game to watch. So thanks, Will, for your commentary today, and thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you. You're probably going to be staying on, and I think I'm going over to Call Send Radio too, so two games for one day. So well done, everyone. So it was Waratahs 9-7-61 defeating the Buffaloes 5-2-32. Cheers.
You know what great mates Territorians can be.
Always willing to lend a hand, or something else. So if they ever ask to borrow your car, as you know they will, you can say yes, knowing that your TIO comprehensive car insurance has them covered. Same as you. It's good to know.
So get a quote today.
TIO. We're for Territorians.